everybody. Welcome to Trend Talks, the Solarplaza initiative in which we share with you lessons learned and visions of market and industry leaders in order to accelerate the renewable energy transition. I'm proud and happy to see that in our second session, we'll speak today with Jeremy Leggett. Jeremy, welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeremy is just an introduction for the people that might not know you. You're an award-winning energy technology entrepreneur, critically acclaimed historian futurist, as said on your LinkedIn profile, author of two important books, The Energy of Nations and The Winning of the Carbon War. And as we know you very well, a visionary speaker on climate change, renewable energy, and solar PV. So let's get started with this background, with your huge and tremendous experience. This crisis, what do you think is going to happen afterwards, and how will the future of renewables and solar and renewable in general be impacted by this crisis?
A big question, and of course the crystal ball is very hazy, not least politically, and how politics will evolve in the world going forward, and that's the setting, of course, in which businesses operate. So I claim no 100% confidence or anything close to that, but I am cautiously optimistic despite all the horrors that have sort of lapped out of left field, like some grotesque black swan event to ambush us all. I think that when we get to the other side of this crisis and try and forget all the damage and loss of loved ones and everything else, that there is a route to a much better world, and renewable energy will be part of that, can even be a centerpiece of it. So I'm cautiously optimistic that that is the direction we're going to go in, and everything I'm seeing around me builds that cautious confidence that that's the direction in which we can go. I mean, of course, the solar companies and renewable companies are suffering and going to suffer more as we go forward, not least because of the low electricity price. And there will be casualties. It's very clear that will happen, and we'll have to weather that as an industry. But my goodness me, to be in the incumbency today, front page of the Financial Times this morning, big oil faces, I forget the exact words, but basically extinction as a result of the situation that's facing them right now with the low oil price and the prospect of that ever going up or demand ever recovering to the levels that they need. So our problems are considerable, but theirs are mountainous compared to clean energy. And I think people are going to realize now, investors are going to abandon them. They're done, basically. They've recovered from crises in 2008 to 2014, but this time it's the end. And the question will be for oil and gas, just how much damage, how much additional damage they do to the global economy in their death throes.
So your optimism for the renewable and solar industry is based on the damage that is being caused to the incumbents?
Well, no, but also our resilience. As we have Solarcentury now, for example, in my own experience, we have folk out in the field working 2 meters apart. We're not going to be able to do anything like as the same as we did before, but there's resilience there. You can feel it, and I hear the same thing from other companies. And more than that, I think governments, as they look for options going forward, never mind about solar. We're a great technology family of technologies and a great industry, but we're not a magic bullet. There are no magic bullets, and I think governments holistically are going to be looking for ways of rebuilding and getting people back to work. And this is just now so blindingly obvious that this is the direction you go in. It's not just solar, it's energy efficiency, it's the bioeconomy, huge opportunities in the bioeconomy. It's going to be super exciting. And in my cross-section of contact with the policy world, I do think people are appreciating that more than they ever have before.
Okay, good. The question from the previous interviewee was with Jigasha, and he posted the question, and then I asked that question to you: how diversity in ESG will fare under this virus? Now, what is the impact, do you think?
Well, it's a bit of a cliche term now, ESG, but I think it's more than that. I think it's a cultural response that we can tap into. I mean, I don't want to be complacent. I don't think this is definitely going to happen. I think that there are real dangers to progressive business from the political far right. And, if then their populism and nationalism gets any sort of ascendancy, goodness knows what they'll do. They're capable of pure insanity. And so that's going to be an issue. But I don't see them keeping being able to keep an energy incumbency on the road just by malign intervention in markets. And the litmus test will be America and the shale industry companies like Chevron. How are they going to be saved given the shall we say challenges that face the US shale industry right now?
All right, good. To finalize this short interview, Jeremy, what is the question that you want to pose to our next guest?
So I don't know who the next guest is, but I have to ask a question of him or her. The thing that leaps to the front of my mind, because it's preoccupying me at the moment, how does the solar industry synergize with the rest of the energy world in order to maximize our chances of rebuilding the global economy and saving civilization? Can you remember all that?
It's recorded, so I think we can write it down later on and post that question. It's an interesting question. So Jeremy, thank you very much for this edition. Look forward to seeing you live again very soon. And yeah, goodbye. Stay healthy.
You too, everyone else. Cheers.
Bye.